Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So today I decided to not make one of my usual recap videos. Today I actually wanted to make another video in my I Have Autism series. I think this is actually my fifth one in that series. So today I wanted to title this video, I Have Autism, Barbara Hershey. And I know you're thinking, what does Barbara Hershey have to do with your autism? Well, a lot. Barbara has always been a hero to me, and I definitely wouldn't have become the person I am without Barbara. Barbara has definitely been in a lot of roles throughout the years, and one thing about Barbara is she's not known for like certain actors are only dramatic actors, some are only comedic, some only do action movies. Well, Barbara has done it all, and one thing I admire about her is that whatever she's doing, whatever role she's in, she gives it her all, and she puts her whole heart and soul into her role, and she's very serious about her work, and that's kind of like how I am. I see some similarities of how Barbara is, how I am, with my interest in writing. I'm very passionate about it, and I always take my writing seriously, whether I'm just writing a simple poem or a short story, a fun movie script or TV script. Even if it's just for fun, I take it very seriously, and I really take pride in my work, and I hope to aspire to be like Barbara in that sense. She's definitely given me the confidence to pursue my writing career. Writing is something I have always been passionate in, but I've always had other people tell me, oh, you should do this or you should do that. You wouldn't make it as a writer. You wouldn't be capable of that. Well, I definitely have a passion for writing, and I learned that I have to do what I'm passionate in instead of what people tell me to do. And I actually, if you haven't seen my one of my more recent videos, I actually met Barbara recently. I know, best day of my life. But she actually gave me some really powerful advice, in my opinion. She said sometimes you'll have good luck, you'll have a lot of bad luck, but the most important thing to do is to persevere and to keep doing what you're doing, and that's what I intend to do. I know you'll have good days and you'll have bad days, but when I have bad days, I intend to hold my head high and persevere, and that has to do even without outside writing. That's life in general. I intend to hold my head high and persevere and just have a bright little smile on my face. But yeah, I definitely, with the writing, I have seen that I have a talent into it and a talent for it, and without Barbara, I don't think I would have the courage to pursue or go after my dreams. So I definitely have Barbara to thank for that. Another thing I admire about Barbara is that she is probably the nicest person I have ever met, and I know quite a lot of people. I've met a few different celebrities before, but Barbara is well, actually, a good way to put this is, and people that know me know that I love Disney World, but Barbara is better than Disney World. I said it. She's amazing. And to explain how amazing she is, I am going to talk a little bit about my experience meeting her compared to the OnceCon I went to last year. So, the OnceCon I went to last year, with my autism, I was very overwhelmed because of the big crowds, and it was making me more nervous. I mean, I was nervous to meet Bex and Lana last year, and they're great people, and I don't blame this on them either. I blame the people in charge of the whole thing. It's just was so crowded for me, and I felt overwhelmed, and my day was almost ruined because at one point when I was waiting for Lana's autograph, somebody, I honestly don't know if it was somebody that worked at the convention or Lana's manager. I have no idea, but she said at one point that we're not allowed to speak to Lana anymore, and I was freaking out. Like, I was almost in tears because Lana is another one of my heroes, and I wanted to say something to her, but I'm like, well, I can't say anything to her now. Like, I was so overwhelmed. I felt myself like having tremendous anxiety, and when I was in line, like, I was so overcome with anxiety that I was almost afraid to say, I was afraid to say anything to her. I was just like, kind of stood there, and they were kind of rushing the autograph line, and I couldn't get out what I had to say. So while Lana was signing somebody, the person behind me, I finally got what I wanted to say, and I explained to her how overwhelmed I was, and she actually autographed a second picture for me, even though she, technically wasn't supposed to. But she really, I thought that was so nice of her. She literally saved the day. And Bex was hysterical. My mom loved Bex. She thought she was like the redhead version of her. And Bex was, I related a lot to Bex. She shared during her Q&A panel that she was bullied in school at one point. I was bullied too. So when I met with her, I was talking with her about that. So we shared some common ground, and I wasn't really as nervous to meet Bex. But when I met Barbara, I was in the line. I could feel myself shaking and my hands flapping, and that's a thing with autism. Your hands tend to flap a lot. And I was nervous that this was going to be another experience like that. And let me just tell you, that was most certainly not the case. I have to say, I did have a hard time picking out her pictures because she had a ton of them, and she just looked perfect in every one of them. I finally picked two, and then when I got up to her, she immediately recognized me, and this is the thing that I thought was impressive, and my mom keeps saying that this was impressive. She was aware of my autism and asked for permission to hug me because she wasn't sure how I felt about touching, and I thought that was just super considerate. And normally I don't like people hugging me, to be honest with you. I'm usually like, when you have family come over and you haven't seen them in a while and they're like, oh, Kelsey, or all this. I'm like, well, let's just get this over with. But with Barbara, I'm like, oh, you can hug me if you want to. And I just felt so comfortable. If it's like I've known Barbara for how long. And then even when I paid extra to get a picture of her at the table, and even then she still asked, oh, I don't know how you feel about the touching, so I'll just let you decide. And I just thought, like, how considerate is she? She understood that I have autism, and she was super accommodating. I just thought, she really went above and beyond to make sure that I had a memorable experience, and a day I'll never forget. And even when I was talking for the autograph, I thought the autograph session, it was so much better than when I met Bex and Lana. I wasn't overwhelmed at all. I mean, the lines were going through fast, but not so fast that it was fast, like in a convenient fast, because it was fast enough that everything, the autographs were going fast, but it wasn't too fast that you couldn't say what you wanted to say. And I wasn't really paying attention to the other people Barbara was interacting with because I was nervous and everything, but she interacted with me for quite a while, and we were just sitting there talking. She was talking, I think she was getting a read to see if I was comfortable and, talking with her, and I was just talking with her, and it just seemed so easy to talk with her. And my mom, I've never seen her cry before, and I don't think she cried really. I think she just kind of got teary-eyed. Because Barbara actually said my mom's a good mom, and she is. My mom's the best mom ever. But she said that you mean so much to her, and you've been so good to her. And even at one point, when I was getting the picture, I don't remember what Barbara said something. I'm not too sure what she said, but I think the guy that was helping out with the taking the pictures said, "Oh, is that one of your Twitter followers?" And she said, "Well, yeah, but she's more than that." I'm like, "Oh, she's just amazing." And then when I went up to get the photo up, that was another thing too. I wasn't nervous at all. I think they went through that really, really quick. I went up and she recognized me again, and her smile just literally brightened my day, and just her herself brightened my day. And now keep in mind the photo op goes a little bit quicker than the autograph, but I was able to say a little bit to her, and she was even was playing with my hair at one point. I was like, "Oh, this is like I cannot explain." I'm getting teary-eyed because it's just I have never met anybody as nice as Barbara, and that day meant oh my god, I'm like tearing up here. That day meant so much to me. That was the best day of my life. And like I mentioned before, I've been to Disney. I'm actually going in 3 weeks from today, and I've been there about 6 times, and meeting Barbara was better than all those trips combined. I had an amazing day. It was the best day of my life, and Barbara is just a remarkable person and human being. She's tremendously talented, and I don't think she's given enough credit for what she does. And I've never met in my entire life a person as nice and compassionate and accommodating as her. Like, she really went above and beyond to make sure that I was comfortable taking pictures of her and comfortable interacting with her. She really took the time out of her day to make it really special for me. So I have Barbara to thank for that. Barbara, thank you so much for being so nice and accommodating, being that adorable ray of sunshine you always are, and just for also inspiring me to go after what I'm passionate in. Because of Barbara, I feel like I could do more things. I feel like that I could try different things is what I should say. I feel like I can go out and try different things, and I'm more willing to than I was in years in the past. I definitely want to explore new places and that I haven't been before. And I have to say, also, with autism, I have a hard time making friends, and with Barbara, I have more confidence in trying to make new friends. And I know not everybody's gonna like me, and I'm not gonna like everybody, but I know how to handle myself better for when people don't like me, or when people are ignorant toward me. I have people sometimes that are ignorant toward me. When they find out I have autism, they treat me completely different. They'll say the R word around me, and they'll give me the simplest of tasks because they don't feel like I'm capable of doing things that other people can do. And just I'll have people sometimes ignore me when I try to talk to them and pretend like I'm not even there, and they just really try to go out of their way to try to make me feel inferior to them. But there's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that says, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." And like what I mentioned before, what Barbara told me to do, I've learned, like, in those type of situations, which they do come up, to know that, well, just to hold my head high and not to make it appear to the people that are being ignorant, that it bothers me, and just think to myself that that's who they are. I can't change them, but I can change how I respond to their ignorance, and I can, that I'm a better person than they are, and I'll be going off and doing better things while they'll always be ignorant. So I definitely know how to handle myself in those situations better. So if you guys ever get the chance to meet Barbara, I definitely recommend it. She's just an amazing human being. You definitely won't regret meeting her. Barbara, if you're watching this, thank you for everything. Thank you for the other day meeting you. I mean, words cannot describe how much that meant to me, and just thank you for being you. You're just such an inspiration to me, and I know an inspiration to a lot of other people as well. And I know I definitely wouldn't become the person I am today without you, and I hope to aspire to be like you one day. And you're definitely a hero and a positive role model to me, and just thank you so much, Barbara. I hope you guys enjoyed my I Have Autism video, and I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, stay regal.